Hi, I'm Fletcher Carpenter with Allen Carpenter PLC, and I'm here to talk about boating accidents and what happens when you're injured on the lake here in Arizona. So, one of the key differences between a boating accident and an auto accident is that in an auto accident, typically the cars stay where they are after the collision so that the police can come and take photos and you kind of know what happened. You can piece it together with an accident reconstructionist. On the lake, that doesn't happen. The boats keep moving. It's really hard to piece together what happened after the fact. Plus, there's usually a lot slower response time from first responders out on the lake because it just takes a lot longer to get them on the water and get them investigating what happened. So you've got to piece together what happened through mostly through witness statements. They can also look at the damage on the boat and things like that. What a lot of people don't know is that Arizona has adopted what are called admiralty laws. These come from coastal states that have laws that regulate how people operate boats out on the ocean. And Arizona's adopted a lot of these rules in our own state laws that govern how you're supposed to operate your boat or other watercraft like a jet ski on an Arizona lake. It includes the direction of travel, it includes who has the right of way if two boats are approaching each other, the different types of signs and lighting on boats that you're supposed to have, and things like that. And so, after a collision, once we kind of try to piece together what happened, we then look at these laws to see who was at fault and to see whether one or both drivers were negligent, and then we can make the claim. Another issue with boating accidents is insurance coverage. In Arizona, if you drive an automobile, you're required by law to carry insurance. But on the lake, that's not necessarily the case. And so a lot of people don't have insurance. But some people do have insurance and don't even know it because the boat might be covered under their homeowner's policy. If your homeowner's policy doesn't have an exclusion for watercraft, then it probably does cover your boat. And some people don't even know that exists or that applies. So the first thing we do when we get somebody calling with a boating injury or an injury that happened on the lake is we start looking through to find insurance. We've also had success finding insurance through corporate policies when maybe there's a party on the lake or something that's sponsored by a business, and we can find coverage through that business's general liability policy. It's actually one of the things that we're really good at is finding coverage on these types of claims when other firms really just haven't been able to do that. So if you've been injured in a boating collision or injured on the lake somehow, make sure you call 911 and get a report. It's usually the sheriff that investigates that, and then get a copy of that report from the sheriff to see if they've made any conclusions about what happened and who was at fault for this. And then once we get that information, we start looking into insurance coverages and things like that, and then make the claim. So with summer upon us, there's a lot of lake traffic out there. Things are getting really busy, especially at the lakes closer to the valley. And a lot of injuries happen during the summer months in Arizona. So if you or a loved one have been injured on a boat, give us a call or reach out to us on our website, and we'll be happy to help you out.